to Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy.
Welcome to Real Estate Live with the Real Estate Guys, Aaron and Jacob Taylor.
We're keeping it real, we're keeping it current, and we're keeping it fun.
Las Vegas's #1 real estate show.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
Call 310-MOVE.
Talk to Aaron Taylor.
310-MOVE, the real estate guy.
What's up, Las Vegas? Jacob Taylor here, your host for today, for the very first time. Your host, not your co-host. My co-host with me today, Bart Sloan. Say hello.
Hello, Las Vegas. I'm excited to be here with you, JT. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So before we get into stuff, let's thank our sponsors as always. Our favorite real estate attorney at law. I'll take over my dad's tradition here. Give Chris a little kiss here, mwah, in his beautiful sarong. And man purse satchel. His beautiful stuff, you know. We love you, Chris. Fidelity National Title. Of course, our favorite title company here in town. Nationally known and respected. We love you guys. Fidelity always helping us with our farms. Getting all of our information for our clients. Keeping our title secure. Keeping all of the money in check and escrow. Fidelity is fantastic. Then who else we got? We got Neo Home Loans. Sheila Merrill. The lending lady. Always taking care of our clients, getting their loans done and approved so they can buy their dream homes. And our Cheers, Grape Street Cafe. Have you been to Grape Street recently, boy?
Well, yeah, I guess I have a few weeks ago, but love that place.
I haven't been in a while. You know, I need to go say hi to John.
That's our Cheers, right?
Yeah, I got to go say hello. Once I can get out of the house. And
Great people, great food, lots of fun.
Oh, yeah. So today, guys, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about we're going to be unpacking the new NAAR lawsuit a little bit more, kind of telling you what we think is going to be happening, what we know is going to be happening, and how the real estate market is going to be changing because of this new settlement, right? Give you guys our opinion on it, kind of go over some of the facts, and just kind of breaking it down for you guys. I know there's a lot of questions out in the air about what's going to be happening to the real estate industry with this large new settlement that seems to be creating a big wave, right? How it's going to be affecting realtors, be affecting buyers and sellers.
It's a big, not big deal.
Yeah, exactly, right? So before we get into that, though, I just wanted to tell you guys why my father's not here today. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away yesterday, and so he is out in San Diego visiting with her. And the family, holding it down. So sending love their way and making sure everything's all good out there. But I've got it covered for today.
Yes, you do.
I'm a little nervous, so bear with me. Had to take the reins. I don't usually have to talk this much, but we're gonna do the best we can here. We're gonna have some fun while doing it. So Bart, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who you are with us, and introduce yourself to the public.
Well, if you saw my gray hair, you would know I'm the senior agent of the Real Estate Guy team. I actually hired Aaron 31 years ago, 31 plus years ago, and been working with him and you and the Real Estate Guy family for about the last 8 years solid. I love my job, love working with our team, and most of all, love helping the people that we're able to help because of our brand and because of the things that we do to help people out. It's an awesome job. I'm blessed.
Absolutely. So I now that we talked about that, that makes me want to know that story a little bit. I think people would get a kick out of that story where you hired my dad. Yeah, I want to hear about that. Tell us about that for a few minutes here before we go to a break.
Yeah, so I was a year into my managerial job with a home builder here in Las Vegas, and so I had a lot of pressure put on me to hire, from my division president, to hire somebody that already has real estate experience. Okay. And of course, Aaron didn't even have his license yet. And so I did a group interview, and there's about 15 people in this group interview, and probably half of them had experience and years of experience, And he impressed me so much in the interview that I hired him, obviously, but before I hired him, the division president came to me because she did not want me to hire him only because of his experience or lack of experience, and said, all right, it's on you. If it fails, like my head was on the chopping.
You're out of there.
Yeah. And you know what? And what do I always say? the best hire ever.
Best
Aaron
hire.
was the best hire ever. But you know what? Even better than that is he. I hope my brother's not listening to it. I don't think he is, but I'm closer to Aaron than I am to my own brother, my only sibling. You know. So I love Aaron, and but yeah, what an amazing. He was my best hire, my best salesperson when he worked for me for 5 years. You know. Yeah, so
That's awesome. That's a great
backstory.
Great story. So yeah, Bart eventually, I believe he went to New Mexico for a while after your time here in Las Vegas, and then he found his way back to us in, what was it, 2016?
2018.
2018,
Because I had my open heart surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he came back here to take it easy, and now look at that.
Yeah.
Going full
different
speed. still.
different kind of stress.
Well, Bart's been a great mentor to me coming up in the industry as well. When I started working for my dad in 2017, Bart was our team leader and helped get me up to speed with the real estate game, right? Hanging out around him and my dad all the time gave me a lot of knowledge and insight to grow in the industry and get familiar with everything. Whenever I have questions still, even though I'm a broker now, I still call Bart or my father if I don't know those answers. They always have them or can point me in the right direction if they don't have it right away. But most of the time, they've already got them. They've been through that experience
Well,
before.
that's the gray hair.
I got a few thousand transactions. I think you know a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, Bart's a fantastic agent of ours. Helps a lot of people here in this town. And yeah, so we're going to take a break here real quick. And when we get back from the break, we are going to unpack this NAR settlement. Get right into things. So we will see you guys here in a few minutes. All right, guys, we are back. Time to get into the juicy NAR settlement. So, as most of you may know, there was a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit against the NAR involving realtors fixing compensation, right? So apparently there's been a standard compensation among realtors that we've all discussed and got together and decided that this is what we're going to get paid, right? So the NAR decided to settle for a large amount, somewhere up, I think it's $418 million.
Yeah.
And
Instead of paying over $1 billion.
yeah, luckily if you're a seller, you'll be getting about $10 if you sold a home in the last few years. So congrats to all of you sellers out there. Make sure you sign up and get your $10 because
Well, it's like all those class action suits, right? The attorneys get really the attorneys on this one. I think they got super wealthy. So
I got some funny stories about that one as we progress. But yeah, I guess there's about 21 million members a part of that class action. So I think the estimate was about $13 per member. Yeah. But so we're going to talk about how that's going to change the real estate industry, what the big changes are, and how we think it is going to be going forward, right? So first off, the MLS, our multiple listing service, what all of our agents use around the country to, input their data on homes and to find homes on the market, right? All of that data is then pulled to Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, all those other secondary marketplaces. We are no longer going to be able to advertise a co-op, right? From this point going forward, sellers are not going to be paying the buyer's agent commission. Not directly, at least, right? The verbiage is going to change. If there is going to be a co-op paid, it will no longer be called a co-op, right? If a buyer's agent is going to be receiving money from a seller at this point, it is going to be in the form of concessions paid to the buyer to then pay their buyer's agent, right? So a lot of people are, fear-mongering, going over different things on social media like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Now if you're a buyer, you're going to have to pay your buyers or your agent 3% commission or 2.5% commission, right?
Yeah, they just come up with these numbers out of the air, right?
Yeah, well, that's possible. It may be the case, right? So now going forward, as a buyer's agent, you're going to have a signed buyer's brokerage agreement before you start helping a client, right?
Well, that's before you even enter them.
Before you enter a home, before you show them a home, you have to have a signed buyer's brokerage agreement. And in that agreement, you have to go over the commission you're going to be paid, whether it's from the buyer, right, or whether you try to get that from the seller in the form of concessions. So what that's going to do, right, is it's probably going to weed out some real estate agents, right? A lot of you guys have cousins, have friends, family members, sisters, brothers, mothers, whatever, that are real estate agents that are part-timers, right? They do 1 to 6 deals a year, And, it's not really their job, but they just did it for a side hustle. Or they just wanted to collect a check here and there when they can, sell their family members home, right? That's probably going to go out the door to an extent.
Well, by the way, I think that's one of the good things.
Yes,
about this.
Absolutely, because people aren't being as knowledgeable and staying up to date.
Yeah, if you're not having to pay a commission, you'll pretty much use anybody that you think will help you open a door.
Yeah, as long as they can do the job.
And the dangerous part about that, and this is why I think this is a great thing for buyers, especially, is because, and this, Jacob, we know this in our industry, that buying a home isn't as simple as just opening a door and putting an offer, because a lot of moving parts.
All right, we're more than monkeys here.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can get hurt as a buyer. Home inspections and
contingencies, all that stuff.
Title issues, all those things that if you're not an experienced agent, you could cause tens of thousands of dollars or more,
right?
Or lawsuits and things like that for your buyer.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say I've never lost a client in E&D, right? I don't think you have either, right? Just being able to write offers the right way,
right?
Paying attention to contingency dates, having a transaction coordinator that's letting me know, hey, your loan contingency expires tomorrow. You guys need to either extend that or work this thing out you got going on, right? Little things that matter a lot, right? So having an experienced agent is going to be more important now than ever, because when you hire an agent, they're going to have to detail what they're being paid up front. And there is no guarantee they get paid that from the seller. Although there never was a guarantee, the seller never had to fully pay the buyer's agent commission. The reason it's been that way is because sellers know, as well as agents in the area, know that there is value in the sellers offering a commission to sell their home, right? That's why a listing agent will go to a property, they'll negotiate an amount they want to be paid, and then they'll either split that amount or detail it a certain amount that will be paid to the buyer's agent. Going forward, as a buyer's agent, we have to detail what we are going to be paid up front. Most likely, how most buyer's agents are going to do it is they're going to detail the maximum they are going to be paid, right? So I say I'm worth a 3% commission no matter what price of the home we find, but I will take at minimum X amount for getting the job done if I can't get it from the seller, right? Because as buyer's agents, we're still going to be hunting for our pay from the seller. It's just going to be in the form of concessions to the buyer for the buyer to then pay us.
Well, right? I think this is where some of the confusion is going to happen, right? Okay. Especially with non-experienced buyer's agents, right? And which is a lot, right? We don't know the percentage, but it's quite a few, high percentage, And so they're not going to know how to
get the negotiation.
Yeah, so I this is a prediction, but I've been doing this 32 years. I think I'm going to be pretty close on the prediction. In this case, I think that a lot of buyers agents aren't going to. Number one, they're not going to know how to explain it in a way that is factual and helps the buyer not be alarmed about the whole process.
Right.
And then for them to get paid, because you and I talked about this, we talked about this with our team. My buyer will, 97% of the time, will never have to pay me a dime.
Exactly. And that's how we're going to frame it to our buyers.
Exactly.
Because that's the truth.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're good at our jobs. We're going to negotiate that concession from the seller.
Exactly.
Right? We're not, most of the time, I'd say upwards of 90%, the buyer's never going to be coming out of pocket still to pay their buyer's agent, right? We're going to have all our agreements up front that let them know, hey, we're going after our concession from the buyer or from the seller. However, if we can't get at least this much, then you will have to come out of pocket, right? But, most of the time, sellers are still going to see the value, or at least be explained the value in offering a concession to the buyer's agent or to the buyer to pay the buyer's agent, right? So it's just really changing the way the money flows and the way the verbiage works. Is the industry really going to change a lot? No. No. You heard it here first. It's not. This is just media clicks.
Well, I think what's going to change a lot.
Fear sells.
Yeah. What's going to change a lot, which is a good thing, is like you said in the beginning, is a lot of these inexperienced agents are going to be gone.
Yeah,
and they need to be, because
they do. We can't have those part-timers. You don't have part-time attorneys that just got the law degree for fun, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
how about a part-time doctor?
Exactly. Yeah, I just picked it up on the side. Hey, you need a surgery? I got you covered.
I work at Taco Bell, but after hours I could do a procedure on you.
Yep. So it's definitely going to probably make things a little bit more transparent up front. You're going to be knowing basically from the start what your buyer's agent is going to be doing for you, what their value is, right? How they're going to work for said pay, because they're going to have to detail it all. You're not going to hire them. You're not going to see as many people jumping ship from their agent probably anymore either, because everybody's going to have a BBA signed nowadays. So
By the way, a BBA and NAAR, you might want to tell you.
Buyer's brokerage agreement.
Yeah.
So a buyer's brokerage agreement is basically the form that says, I'm hiring you to be my guy, right? And it details the length of term that you're being hired
It's
for.
an actual contract between you.
It details the length of term you're being contracted for, and of course, like I said, now your pay. And most people are going to be detailing a minimum and what they're actually trying to get paid. So at the end of the day, it's going to make buyers be more choosy, more picky with their buyer's agent, and therefore they're going to be going with more experienced people, right? Because they're going to want to make sure they have someone on their side that's not going to cost them 1%, 2%, 3% out of pocket just to pay their agent as well, and as well as making sure that the deal is going to go smoothly, right? Because I think as what this settlement has done as a whole, too, is start to educate the public a little bit more on the real estate side of things. And making people go, well, I didn't know about this. And they read more articles about real estate. They learn more about an escrow process and, how buying a house may work, right? And the ins and outs of it. So, like you said, I think it's a good thing overall for, one, the buyers, the public. But I do think it is going to create some issues among sellers as well, right? But as long as there's experienced agents out there explaining things correctly, it shouldn't be an issue, right? I know we've already had it. We have sellers going, I don't want to pay a buyer's agent commission anymore.
By the way,
I don't want to pay anything.
Yeah, that's the other side of the coin too. Is in the same regard to how important a good experienced buyer's agent. Same with a good experienced listing agent.
Yeah, right. You can't just do what your client says fully to an extent, or it's not going to work out for you.
If they don't understand this side of it, the buyer side of it, they're not going to prepare their sellers properly.
Absolutely.
Their sellers are going to wonder why their house isn't selling because they weren't explained that, you're probably still going to have to pay something to the other side.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right?
Yeah, a good listing agent doesn't just do what you tell them. That's not their job, right? If you were that good at what you wanted to do in terms of selling your home, why would you hire the listing agent, right? Do it on your own. It's possible. But if you have a listing agent come to your house and they just, yes, man, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, I'll do it, no problem. But they're probably not a great agent for you. They should be telling you, no, this is why we have to do these things, and explaining it and framing it the right way to make you understand that you can offer zero concession to the buyer to pay their buyer's agent. However, there's 6 properties across the street that are offering, this one's offering a 2.5% concession, this one's offering a 2% concession, this one's offering a 3.5% concession. You are directly competing with them. As a buyer's agent, would you show those properties or this property, right? Whether that's the right thing to do or not, it's what's going to happen, right? You have to be competitive in your market. If you're not competitive, you're going to have a tougher time selling your home, no matter how much marketing's done. So I think, as listing agents, we need to be on our toes. We need to make sure we're educating our clients well and making sure that they understand the full situation. What most people don't understand is you never had to pay a buyer's agent. Right. You never had to. Yeah. There's a reason why it's done, because you have a listing agent meet at a property and let you know or educate you in the process that, look, this is why we pay or why we offer co-op, which is now going to be a concession, or towards a buyer's agent, because it brings people to the home, right? It encourages agents to show the property. Of course, they always go over it through the even our local association, not steering, not doing this, not doing that. You can't not show a property because it doesn't get paid. You can't do a lot of things, but they're agents. At the end of the day, not everyone follows the rules, whether they should or not. It's not a matter of whether it's right or wrong. It's just what it is. And so, as long as, we educate our buyers, we educate our sellers, I don't think much is going to change in the market. It's going to create a little bit of havoc, but
yeah, I think another change we will see also, this is my prediction. Where's the envelope? That's an old, yeah, Johnny Carson. But my prediction is we'll be doing more two-side transactions, both sides.
Absolutely,
Right.
yeah.
Because a lot of buyers will choose, and I think through their experience now that they're going to have with buyer's agents, right? They're going to choose, I think, a lot of times to just call the listing agent.
Right.
Work with them.
Yeah. No, and that's always an option, right? And that's why we do the marketing we do on our listings, because we're happy to work with you on the buy side as well. You know, we're happy to disclose to the seller that, you know, we have a buyer that called us and, you know, they'd like us to represent them as well. And, you know, with according, you know, up to the seller, of course, we can get you guys in a room. We can help write the offer and present it at this point, letting them know and disclosing, of course, we are representing the buyer too, or we can always assign another agent on our team.
Correct.
So that there's still a fight
If
between
the
both
buyer
sides.
chooses, the great thing I also about us and our team and with this experience, how many years we've been doing this, never had a fine with the Department of Real Estate, and it's because we know what we're supposed to do, and we do everything the right way, the honest way. We always put our clients first.
Right.
So even if we're representing both sides, we put both clients first.
Right.
You know.
Right now, there's always an argument that how can you do that? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you have two people that agree, you're making sure the contract goes smoothly.
Well, it's experience to do it.
Absolutely, right? Like, that's why we said we get to a point to where both clients agree.
Yeah.
At that point, we're just managing expectations on both sides and managing the contingencies, making sure that both sides are educated on what's going on, what the details of the contract say, and making sure it goes smoothly from there, right? So we're going to take a break. I hope we gave you guys some insight and some more education on that lawsuit and probably how it's going to play out in terms of the real-world scenarios. And then when we get back, we are going to go over our houses of the week, go over a few current events in Las Vegas, and get into some real estate numbers.
Is there a number that anybody could reach out to if they have questions about the...
Yeah, if you guys want to talk more about it and you guys just want some information, you know, I'm always happy to talk to you guys, but you can also call our hotline. So I'm going to give you our hotline phone number, and then I'll give you my personal cell if you want to chat with me. Our hotline, 702-310-6683. That's 702-310-MOVE. My personal cell, if you guys ever want anything from me, maybe you need help selling your home, 702-726-1458. 702-726-1458. And with that, we will be back. 780 South Lawson Drive. We're listing it at $500,000. It is 2367 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, sitting on
Over half acre.
oh yeah, about a half acre.
Over, yeah,
29,600 square feet. Yeah. It's a nice property out there. You know, family changing. Need to get rid of the property now. So
Well, I think what's cool about Moapa is it's kind of like a mini Pahrump. So,
Yeah.
like if you want to get out of town, but you want to be, you know, close to Vegas, need to go to the airport or whatever. But there's properties, you can do whatever you want on your property.
oh yeah, very private out there.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of HOAs from what I've seen. And
So that's actually, I mean, you couldn't find that price. on
land's cheap too compared to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right, you're not going to get half acre like that in Vegas for under $1 million. Right. So, and then let's go over one more here. We got 2603 Savannah Springs. It is in Anderson, built in 2005, listed for $579. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
It's. Can I talk about this one?
Yeah. Is this yours?
Yeah, it's
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful property. It's in Anthem, you know, the 55 plus. It's one of their larger floor plans, so it's 2-bedroom plus a study. Was recently remodeled. In fact, guess who remodeled it?
Who?
We did.
Oh,
we
nice.
helped out the seller, like we
Awesome.
do, right?
Yep.
Helped them out, and it's priced the lowest price of that plan in Anthem. So
Nice.
it's good
So,
price.
What he said, it's in Sun City Anthem, right? And we'll tell you about our little programs real quick while he just mentioned that, right? So something we do that not a lot of people out there do. In fact, I don't know anyone else that does this out here, but we will, you know, when you sign listing paperwork with us, of course, we will put our money into your home to upgrade it a bit. We're not talking a full remodel here. We're not going to throw $150K in, but we'll throw $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 into your home to get it up to speed and to get top dollar for your home, right? We'll use our contractors, we'll use yours, it don't matter. But of course, we're going to get some quotes, get some estimates, and then we're going to get your property upgraded, fix up some things so that they don't have to be fixed in an inspection, and get you top dollar for your home.
And we don't mark up the pricing, and we don't charge interest.
No interest. We get an estimate. You see that estimate, you approve that estimate. Then when your house is about to close, right, and you sign closing documents at the title company, you get what's called a settlement statement. You're going to see reimbursement to the real estate guy for the same amount of money that was on that estimate and no more, right?
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that, right? Just another thing the real estate guy does to help you out. Of course, on top of that, we give cash advances to our sellers, right? So if you don't need some repairs done, maybe you have a lien on your property, maybe Republic Services was screwing you over, and you guys need to take care of a lien, right? I just had that one with a client that closed last week.
You know, another
He didn't get a lot.
Yeah.
So I got to tell this real quick. This guy, Republic Services, wouldn't take the payment from his card. They kept denying the payment from his card, but they charged him the late fee every month off the same card. So he got a lien from Republic. So he was pissed. He hated Republic now, but that's just a small example, right? Stuff happens all the time. We will help you guys out because we do know sometimes a lot of the equity or a lot of the money you have is in the equity of your home. So we'll front you guys some of those funds to make sure that you guys can get those things taken care of.
Yeah, and I think with most sellers, that is where all their money is in their home. But you know, the other common one we do a lot because we help our sellers buy homes too. Right. And so, and you've had this happen. I've had it happen a number of times where they didn't have the money for the earnest money deposit, right, for the home that we found them until theirs closed. We cash advanced them $5,000, $10,000.
Get that earnest money deposit.
That's pretty cool.
Offering. Absolutely, right? Yeah, there's a number of reasons why you guys would need a cash advance, and we're not really worried about the exact reason. We just want to make sure we can help you guys out so we can help make your own selling process as easy as possible. We've used it a number of times for moving people out, right? Maybe you're just moving into a rental and you want to get into that rental so we could sell the house easy, right? Maybe it's a little too cluttered. You got a lot of kids in the home, whatever the reason may be, right? Yeah, whatever the reason may be. It's easier to sell a vacant home. It is what it is. It's just the facts, right? It's easier to sell a vacant home. If we can get you out, or we can get you moved out to the other side of the country where we're going ahead of time, it will make everything easier for everyone. Not have to deal with the showings, not have to deal with the stress, right? So, call the real estate guys if you think any of those services might be of help to you. 702-310-6683. All right, let me tell you guys a little bit about the market and how it's going, right? We're not seeing any change in the interest rates. Thus, we're seeing inventory start to rise. Inventory is rising. We've got about 6,000 total homes on the market right now. 6,000. We haven't seen that number in a long time. I'd say probably about 2-3 years, right? Yeah. Since we've seen 6,000 homes on the market.
Probably about 3 years.
Yeah, so we are going up. Inventory is going up, and sales are decreasing a little bit, right? We'll see what happens with this new presidency coming in a few months. I'm not sure who's going to win.
So I think I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I think two things have been the major reason for this.
Okay.
One is how hot has it been the last 2-3 weeks?
It's been pretty
like
hot
even
out.
for us. I've lived here 42 years, whatever.
Yeah,
it's hot.
Never get used to
It's hot, and so I think that's been keeping people out from shopping homes right now. And then the election. I think that's a big part.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think many people are as concerned with doing real estate when it's 115.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see things pick up, right?
Well, the pool houses are selling fast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anything with a pool under 600 is gone.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Yep. So, like I said, just to further go over some numbers, about 6,000 total homes on the market, a little over 4,400 single-family homes. And in the last 30 days, we have had 2,100 single-family homes sell. So we're sitting at, roughly 2.2, 2.3 months supply of single-family homes now. That's an increase, right? Compared to a month ago, we were sitting only about 2. So we're seeing those sales slowly decrease and the inventory rise. Year to year, our sales are down.
What's the median price now?
I don't have the direct. It's got to be 475 still around there. It might be a little higher. Right. I didn't get the exact median price today, but I think we're probably right around 475.
Yeah, 475 to 478.
Yeah, and so what I was talking to my dad about the other day is I'm very curious to see, first off, not really what July stats are going to show, because real estate trends are always, like, the stats are always about a month or two behind the trends, right? So I think July we'll still see the increase in median price, but come August, I think we're going to see that median price potentially drop for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Right? We saw in June the condo townhome median price remain level, right, stagnant. We still saw the single family median price go up a little bit, but I think come August, if nothing changes and the trend continues, we might see the median price drop a little bit, right?
So let me ask you this. If the current administration gets smart about, trying to win the election, one of the things I think they're going to need to do, what's going to happen then?
That's going to bring, so unestimated, you drop the rate a half point, we'll probably get about 500,000 buyers back into the market.
So now all of a sudden inventory is going to drop.
It'll drop right back up again.
Prices are going to do
back
what?
up, sales will go up, and price will go up.
Yeah.
Right? So
So I think I just bring that up because I think it's a great time to buy right now. And we don't know, what's going to happen. If I'm a buyer out there right now, I say maybe I should wait. I wouldn't wait.
I don't think so. Yeah, I personally just bought my home myself.
Yeah,
closed on it last month. I've got a 3-week-old baby girl. She's doing great at home.
Beautiful baby girl.
Thank you very much. Me and Mama are very happy.
You gotta see the baby.
Talking about this Seinfeld.
The Seinfeld, all the Seinfeld.
I don't want Seinfeld.
Hey, they'll get it. The Seinfeld listeners will get that one for sure.
Oh, she is a beautiful baby, and we are enjoying ourselves being new parents, figuring it out.
You wear it well, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My mama's always super anxious. I know she's listening right now. You're doing great. Yeah. I love you. You're fantastic. And we'll keep figuring things out as we go, right?
Well, you had a great father yourself. So,
yeah.
You're
good. Great parentals.
Yeah, your mom especially. If you're listening, Mom, you're amazing, Jackie. But so you guys, you'll do great. You'll be great parents.
Yep. So just to wrap the stats up for you guys before we take a break here, on that note, we are definitely trending towards a slower market. As listing agents, we feel it a little bit. However, I don't think it's a bad thing. We need more inventory on the market. I don't think it's going to last very long. I don't see them keeping the rates where they are for more than, maybe 6 months at best, potentially. And as soon as those rates come back down, we're going to head back up, right? It is just what's going to happen, right?
Supply and demand.
Yep. As soon as those rates come down, we're going back up. And lenders are going to have a great time.
Yeah.
With that, we'll be right back, guys. And, see you guys in a few minutes. We're back. We got you guys for a few more minutes here. And, we were just talking about our infamous sale we had last year. It was a real interesting one with some lions and tigers. You know what?
I wish we could say, but...
Yeah, lions and tigers, oh my. The Mirage is closed. It's gone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
35 years.
Yeah, I told you my mom opened up the Mirage. She was a front desk person there when they first opened and retired there.
Yeah, well, it was sad to see it go. There's a lot of history with that hotel and casino.
The
Volcano had its last few shows.
That was something amazing at that time, right?
Yeah, I remember seeing that as a kid. Yeah. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah.
A little outdated, I guess, now, but it was an awesome little experience as a kid.
Steve Winter was always ahead of his time, I think.
He was. So, that'll be reopening in a few years as the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. I don't know, it's some long phrase. I don't even remember it all. It's like HICGR, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. It'll probably be pretty cool, too, I imagine.
Yeah, the big guitar looks like it'll be cool when it's done, but... Vegas is always changing, right? Always adapting, always changing.
Always changing. Just like us, just like the real estate market.
Always ever changing. Yeah. So, yep, congrats or, goodbye to the Mirage and congrats to the Hard Rock. Wish they do well and hopefully the construction goes good. What else we got here? We got the Neon Museum. The Neon Museum is moving to the Arts District. I had been there, I think, once before. Where was it previously located?
Oh, so I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever been to the Neon Museum.
I think we had I think we had an event there once.
Okay.
Yes, for I think it was the EXP Christmas party
Is
one
it-
year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a few years back. But I guess the Neon Museum is now moving its location to the Arts District.
Well, I like the Arts District. That's a pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's great downtown there. First Friday is
First
always the
Fridays,
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't even know where it's currently located. I think it's located downtown, but it's just moving around towards the Art District.
Yeah.
Interesting. But
I think a lot. Oh,
okay, interesting. Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time. If I have been there, it's been a few years. But that is some good news, I guess, for the Arts District. Get it revitalized a little bit more.
yeah. I was gonna say that. When I came back here 8 years ago from New Mexico, right,
Okay.
and went back to work with you guys, and before that, we've been gone about 3 years, and it seemed like a lot changed at the Art District, and since then, it's been being revitalized. I think a lot more.
Yeah, it's always packed.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm down there.
I mean, there's some cool places there.
Yeah, it seems to me that a lot of people enjoy. A lot of the locals enjoy going down there.
I
So
always forget about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not driving around through that area too
No,
much.
yeah, but
Unless
when
we're going there to hang out.
Yeah, and we go there and hang out. I remember always telling my wife was like, we got to come here more. It's a cool place to go
Yeah,
have
very
dinner, have some
high
drinks.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
You little bar hopping,
Yeah.
walking around. It's always a good time.
pub crawls.
Pub crawls.
Yeah.
Yep. Not too many places you can still do that. in
Right,
Vegas, You're not really
exactly.
doing that on the strip.
Yeah,
You're table crawling. You're going from table to table.
Well, plus it's like what, $60 a drink or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly. It makes it affordable for the locals to still go have some fun, right? And with that, I forgot to do this, so I'm going to do it now. If you guys are still listening, I know we're about to wrap things up. I'd like to give you all a chance to get your Grape Street gift cards, right? My dad likes to give out those Grape Street cards, send you guys over for a glass of wine, maybe some bread and some cheese, whatever, some great Italian food. So if you're listening and you want a Grape Street gift card, you do have to come pick it up. You have to come say hi to me at our office. Text me. My number is 702-726-1458. Again, if you want a Grape Street gift card, you got to send me a text. 702-726-1458. And then the only thing that's required is for you to come down to our office, say hello, shake my hand, and I will hand you over a Grape Street gift card for $25. Our office location, if you need it, you can just Google the real estate guy, Aaron Taylor, the real estate guy. It'll pop up. If not, it's 8400 West Sahara Avenue. 8400 West Sahara Avenue. That's Las Vegas, Nevada, 89117. All right. We got through most of everything today. How did I do for my first time?
I was going to say,
hosting the
Jacob,
show?
you were fantastic.
Well, thank
You're
you.
fantastic. You're going to make your dad proud.
Awesome. I hope he was listening, but I don't think he was today. He was busy with the family, taking care of business, making sure everyone's being good, being the head of household and whatnot, taking care of his sisters and brothers and aunts and cousins and whatnot. He does. So a lot of prayers for them out there. Sad to hear. Life changes. Life always moves on, right? Death is a part of life. Unfortunately, we all gotta go someday.
Death in Texas.
The only things for sure in life. Now, if you sell your single family home, though,
That's
if you sell your
right.
single family home,
Or if you've been at 3 of the last 5 years.
yep, as long as you haven't sold a single family home in the last 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Then you don't have to pay capital gains tax. FYI, up to
Another
$250,000
reason
per
that-
person,
yeah.
or up to $500,000 for a married couple. So don't you pay those taxes on your single family residence.
Talk to the experts and
Yes.
the real estate guy.
Yeah, we're not tax experts, but we will refer you to one. But that is something we know. How much time we got left, Ramon? How we doing? 2.5 minutes. All right. Tell us a story, Bart, because I don't got much left.
Well, when you put me on the spot like that, like I'm knocking out. I've got a million stories, but now all of a sudden I can't think of one.
Oh, well, I could tell you guys a little bit more about the NAAR lawsuit, then just give you guys a few more opinions that I didn't get to go over during our segment. So, like I said, I don't think much is going to be changing. But my main thing or idea behind it is I think it was a big cash grab by some attorneys who were very smart, and they saw potential for a large payday. I mean, Well, the funniest part about it was when I was watching them go over their argument for how much they should be paid, right? They referenced the fact that it's standard for attorneys to receive 40% of the settlement when they go to trial. And that's even on their, the bar's website. It says, standardly they receive about 40%. So it's such a hypocritical statement. They're arguing that realtors fix and standardize commissions.
They're doing the same thing.
While they're on the stand doing the same thing.
One of the things,
saying it's standard, we get 40%, so they want 40% of $418 million.
So one of the things that surprised me the most about it was, how did the Department of Justice get involved in all this?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea. I'm not
that was pretty crazy.
super involved with it, but I do believe that, these, like I said, very smart attorneys. No diss to their hustle here, but they saw an opportunity. They took advantage of it, right? They saw. I really don't think they were fixing a problem, because I don't think there was a problem. It's not going to change. The way it's done is going to be changed, but it's not going to change the industry. But I think that's about it now. Right. We got all we could out.
I think that was a good ending story.
Yeah, just cash grab. But anyways, thank you all for joining us today. Thanks for bearing with my first time hosting. I hope I did all right. We will see you guys next week. Call the real estate guys if you need any help. 702-310-6683.
Text Jacob and tell him how good he did.
Yeah, and thank you, Bart, for joining us. Appreciate you.
The real estate guy.